Hey, what's going on? If you've been following the Outer Worlds 2, there's a fresh hotfix out now, and it is a pretty focused one. What matters most here is that this hotfix a quest progression problem that could stop certain faction quest moments from showing up properly. In the ACS Undisputed claim, the two vice presidents were not appearing the way they should during Mystery of the Mental Modulators, working together in an equitable arrangement. And that is exactly the kind of thing that can throw a playthrough off track if you are trying to keep momentum going. Obsidian says that after installing the fix, you may need to leave the ACS Undisputed claim and come back for it to fully apply, which is one of those little details that sounds simple, but matters a lot if you are trying to make sure the game state refreshes correctly. There's also a fix for character creation that should make prosthetics apply properly to the player character in-game. That might sound like a small visual or setup issue at first glance, but if you care about how your character looks and how the game presents your build from the very start, that kind of bug can be really noticeable. Character creation is the first impression moment, and when something does not carry through properly into the actual game, it can break the feel of your entire run before it even gets going. This update is making sure that part of the experience behaves the way it should. The third fix is for the Workbench breakdown menu. Before this update, players could run into a problem where the menu would not let them view items on other pages, which is exactly the sort of interface issue that slows everything down when you are just trying to sort gear, inspect items, or make a quick decision and move on. Obsidian has now addressed that navigation problem, so the breakdown menu should behave more normally and let you move through the available items without that annoying blocker in the way. It is the kind of fix that does not sound huge until you are in the middle of organizing your loadout and realize how much smoother the whole experience becomes once it is gone. So when you put it all together, this update is not trying to reinvent the game or add a giant batch of new systems. It is doing the quiet but important work of keeping the adventure stable, making sure key faction quests do not get stuck, making character setup reflect properly in-game, and smoothing out a UI problem that could interrupt routine menu use. That is often the difference between a patch that looks exciting on a list and a patch that actually improves your time with the game in a meaningful way. The earlier March patch had the bigger headline features like time of day advancement, new stealth kill animations, console and PC controller rebinding, and a walk toggle, while this March 18 hotfix is more about making sure those play sessions stay clean and uninterrupted. If you are making a video on this, the cleanest way to frame it is that Obsidian is still actively tightening up the experience after the major 1.11.0.0 update, and this new hotfix is a practical response to issues players could actually feel in moment-to-moment play. Quest blockers, character customization problems, and menu navigation bugs are exactly the sort of things that can turn a good session into a frustrating one. So even though this patch is short, it is doing important work behind the scenes. And because Obsidian's note specifically calls out the possibility of leaving the area and coming back for the quest fix to take effect, that is a useful detail to mention in your coverage so viewers know what to expect when they load back in.